Hey there, eye candy lovers. We're back after a hiatus of a few months, and I'm so happy to have you. If you haven't been here before, you know that eye candy is an hour devoted to the artists whose work inspires and takes us out of the everyday and into a place of beauty and wonder that has the health benefits of meditation, only without the learning curve. To deliver this, I call the most eye-catching and thought-provoking images from the best creator platforms out there and assemble them in a lively format. If you'd like more details on the artists, I prepared a Google Doc for the episode that has links to their websites, Instagrams, etc. The link to it is in the chat, and Tina, my indispensable helper, will make sure that it stays in chat throughout the program. Also, I'm in the process of uploading past episodes to my iCandy YouTube channel. The link to it will also be in chat, so if you enjoy this, you can visit me on YouTube to see some of the past events you may have missed. And now, let the show begin. Dustin Farrell's Transient is a compilation of shots captured during storm chasing during the summer of 2017. Most of it was captured in his home state of Arizona. Levitation is a dance performance created for the show Bolshoi Ballet on Russia TV. What you're about to see is all done in real time without any post-production. The graphics and dance moves were designed simultaneously, and an unconventional shooting angle was used to create an illusion of the dancer levitating in air. Dr. Gregory Dunn, artist and neuroscientist, and Dr. Brian Edwards, artist and applied physicist, created Self-Reflected to elucidate the nature of human consciousness, bridging the connection between the mysterious 3-pound macroscopic brain and the microscopic behavior of neurons. It is a handmade micro-etching on gold plate with reflective lighting that expresses the firing of neurons that ultimately create what we call consciousness. This is an enormous piece, 8 by 12 feet, and huge amount of research and science has gone into its construction. These are our neurons busy at work. Here you're seeing a detail of Self-Reflected. This is the cerebellum. It's part of the same piece, but the lighting is changed, and it now has a multicolored effect. This is the work of digital artist James Merrill. It's an exploration into the unique color palette found in classical paintings. Using fluid simulations, these paintings are reimagined as abstract shapes and forms that resemble liquids and gases. Hassan Ragab is an Egyptian interdisciplinary designer with an architectural background. His experience ranges from architectural construction, exhibition design, product, furniture, textile design, and digital art. His work explores the visual relationships between architecture, heritage, and the arts through artificial intelligence. Here, Ragab uses Midjourney, a text to image AI tool, to brainstorm out loud. It's a program similar to ChatGPS, but for images instead of text, and it's being used by architects as a catalyst for the creative process. Dutch artist and physicist Theo Jansen has created a menagerie of clever creatures. Taking his inspiration from the theory of evolution, his strand beasts float on the sea breeze, walk independently on the sand, and levitate above it, all powered only by the wind. This video captures the strand beast evolution during the past few years, showing earlier forms carrying massive sails, caterpillar-like creatures, and now winged creatures that fly feet above the ground. The delicate and complex paperworks of Julia Ibini marry traditional Islamic art and future-focused technology. Using collage and construction, the pieces are created using custom-developed software and laser cutting machines to make highly detailed works on layered paper or paper-thin sheets of wood, with some works comprising over 1,000 individual pieces glued together by hand to create 3 dimensions. And next we have moths. These are takeoff flight sequences captured at 6,000 frames per second. The photographer wants you to know that all the moths in this video were unharmed and released after filming. And this project is ongoing, and the photographer is Dr. Adrian Smith. When I reveal the next slide, you're going to wonder what you're looking at. Is it jewelry or an orthopedic device? The following pieces are by artist Jennifer Krupe, who is fascinated by the nuances of nonverbal behavior, posture, and gesture. Her jewelry communicates ideas about psychology, body language, and art history. In her series Ornamental Hands, Croupy structural metal attachments hold the hand in various poses that are commonly found in art historical paintings. Fingers and wrists are suspended in aesthetically pleasing cuffs and splints, which the artist makes by hand using aluminum or silver. Each piece comes with a plaque to display when it's not being worn, which is probably all the time. And I'll show you a closer look at the little images on the plaque. These are little details of the art historical paintings that I referred to a minute ago. Corals and sponges are actually very mobile creatures, but because the motion is so slow, it's only detectable with time-lapse cameras and under very high magnification. Imagine a bacterium that divides once every 10,000 years as alive. At such rates, you could see mountains rise, landscapes flow like waves in the ocean, and shifting patterns as stars revolve around the center of the galaxy. By comparison, our existence would be a fraction of a moment. Now imagine a type of life that operates faster than ours. Perhaps somewhere out there, a fast creature would perceive us as we perceive slow sponges and need time lapses to recognize us as living beings. Breath is a short animation by Polish artist Anita Ciernicka. This traditional nonstop film was created by painting under the camera. Artist and photographer Kalida Garcia Rawls's paintings are startling in their realism, and yet her delight in the abstract shapes and colors, bubbles and distortions the water provides is unmistakable. Elsa Schiaparelli created the House of Schiaparelli in Paris in 1927, and she managed it from the 1930s to the 50s. Her revolutionary collections were famously unconventional, and it's not surprising that she collaborated with Salvador Dali and Jean Cocteau. She was one of the most prominent figures in fashion in her time. In 2019, Daniel Roseberry took the job of artistic director of the House of Schiaparelli. He has become known for resurrecting some of their most recognizable iconography while paying homage to its founder's love of surrealism. Under Roseberry, Schiaparelli has produced high-profile celebrity garments for Kim Kardashian, Lady Gaga, and Beyoncé. What you're about to see is from the Fall-Winter Runway Show of 2021 to 22. The next few slides are the work of artist and photographer Tawny Chapman. Her photographs would be dazzling even without the gold leaf and other embellishments she adds to them. But with the ornamentation, they are reminiscent of Persian miniature paintings and the work of the famous Austrian artist Gustav Klimt in their preciousness. Photographer Ingrid Wayland focuses on landscapes that express the fragility of the natural environment. She says, "It is said that a wrinkled piece of paper can never regain its original shape. The trace persists. In the same way, nature has been disrespectfully invaded and broken, and in some cases, this may be irreversible." Now, I've made this little video as a hint as to how she made these photographs. So remember crumpled paper as you look at these. This video is by Elizabeth Turk, and it's called Project Lookup. She did this with the assistance of the Mount San Antonio Gardens retirement community in Sonoma, California. It was done during the pandemic and used the entire 31-acre community as her canvas. The beautiful vessels you're seeing are the work of Matthew Chambers, a UK-based ceramicist. You're looking at precisely scaled iterations of the same shape made from individual wheel-thrown pieces. Can you even imagine the skill required for such a precision fit within a fit within a fit? Not to mention the unpredictable effects of the kiln. And then each piece is really 10 or 20 or 30 pieces. It's truly awesome work. Xavi Bu is a scientist and photographer from Catalonia, Spain. What you're about to see is a photo from his ornithography series. It began with a paw print he saw while hiking, which led him to wonder what kind of tracks birds would leave in the sky. He creates these images by taking still photographs at 60 frames per second and overlapping up to 3,500 or more of them together in Photoshop. The aim of the project is to make these otherwise invisible flight paths visible to humans. These are flamingos, white storks, a turkey vulture, and European starlings. More recently, Bu has begun to animate his still images to create videos. This one is flocks of thousands of individual starlings in the process of evading a hawk. Some fun facts: starlings capture food and material for their nests while airborne. They stay aloft for 99% of their 10-month non-breeding season and sleep while airborne. Alexander McQueen costumes Marie-Agnès Gillot in a film by Daniel Askill for Movement, a project where fashion, dance, and film unite. A bit about the ballerina. At age 12, she was diagnosed with double scoliosis and also told she was too tall to dance. Fearing an operation would leave her handicapped, she chose to wear a neck-to-hip corset for the next 6 years, only removing it to dance, hiding it from her fellow ballerinas. She prevailed to become a prima ballerina at the Paris Opera Ballet. In Muses, a series by Christy Lee Rogers, photos resemble Baroque paintings. A whole new concept for underwater photography, not involving deep diving or oxygen tanks. The models are wardrobed in flowing garments and sent into a carefully lighted pool. Each photo is shot at night to avoid ambient light while the subjects twist and roll underwater. Oteza is a Madrid-based men's fashion firm. Their Spring-Summer 2019 runway show, with dancers donated by the Spanish National Ballet, garnered more online viewers than any in history, more than 45 million. You'll see why. With the beautiful dancing and music and gorgeous men, it's hard to remember to look at the clothes, but try. It's worth the effort. And this is the last slide. YouTuber Syntax Error 147 has created this beautiful video illustrating fractal geometry and set it to an equally beautiful track by pianist Maxine Sirin. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for coming.